Hello everybody! In today's video I'm going to take the stuff from this testing board and solder it onto a PCB that I'm then going to add into the phone. The first thing that I've already done is to put this kind of pins onto all the cables, and then I can solder this onto the PCB and then connect the pin into that to make it easy to take it back and forth if needed. So we're going to solder this kind of sockets onto here, and then also all these resistors that goes to the inputs. So the first one will be, let's see now then. I have one of these for the dial, the yellow and grey one for the handle, and I've combined the hook with the ground and the 3 volts, just because I don't have only a 1-pin version, so I put all 3 in the same. So what will make most sense? For the one that is in the dial itself and in the phone is the same version that is connecting to the Raspberry Pi, only that it also has an extra incoming voltage pin. So I'm going to need that on all of them. So what I think I will do is to put one like that, and that one will have the hook to the left, and then minus, and then a plus 3 volts. And on the back here there's lines of copper, so all of them in a line are connected to each other, so I'm gonna have to remove the copper where I want the connection to disappear. So the first one will have the hook and 3 volts, and then minus. And the hook should of course be connected to minus at one side and 3 volts in the other. So if I put the minus one in the top here, so it will go from that pin through this resistor up to here, that will be the minus. And I'm also going to have to remove the copper from underneath here, so it doesn't go through the bottom instead of through the resistor from the top. And also I'm going to have to bridge this minus line up here to minus. And then I'm going to do the same for the rest. This one will come so the hook will of course connect to the hook and to plus. So I'm going to need one of these that only have 2, and I can just put that one next to it like that, and that will have access to It's this one. I already put this here, so it's very short. But this has the hook on the left and plus on the right. So the hook will connect into here and go through this resistor into the hook pin, and on the other side it's going to bridge to minus, and in that way it's going to be just like it is on here. Now then I need the same version with 3 of them, plus 1, and then I need 2 for there plus 1, so that's going to be 9. That's actually not going to fit, so I have to do this on the other side instead. Let's do it over here instead. So there I have those 3 and incoming voltage to the right. So you have to bridge that one to that one, but I'll do that in the bottom and I'll do the ground in the top. Now I noticed that the dial has a built-in resistance of 2 kilo ohms. So I'm gonna skip this 1 kilo ohm resistor because I don't need it. Then I'm going to take those extra legs and put them as bridges over here. But one thing I need to do before that is to remove the things that shouldn't be here. And that is everything in between the resistors. So here and here. Here. Here, here, and here. I think that covers it. Yes, it should. So the first one I did had some problems with it. I accidentally swapped the places of two of these sockets. But this one should be fine. But let's check it anyways to make sure. So this first one is the input for 3 volts in the middle and ground to the right, and the hook to the left. So this middle pin should connect to here. And it does. It should connect to this one, because that is the incoming 3 volts to the hook switch. Let's check that. It works. Here's the incoming for the handle and incoming for the dial. And that is all fine. The ground pin, which is this one, goes up here, and it should connect to all of these through the 10K resistor. So let's check this one first, over here. Yes, a little bit of margin for error, but that is fine. And these pins should connect to these pins through the 1K resistor. Yeah, that of course is the... Yeah, that shouldn't be connected to there. This one should be... That's fine. And that's fine. So it all should in theory work. Let's put it to the test. So I'm planning to put this one here. So I cut this off to be a good length. And this is probably gonna be down here. So let's connect this up. I have this one that is for the hook, and that will go in here. And this one for the handle goes in here. Like that. Let's get rid of this. It's easier to see what's going on. Like that. Oh. That shouldn't get stuck like that. Anyways, and then the dial connects in here. This doesn't fit perfectly to the board, so the pins can get a little bit to the edge. So I have to adjust it to be perfect again. But that went fine. And then this connects to here. The brown and brown color matches up. The same goes for here. Luckily there is only one direction to place this, so we can't put them backwards. Like that. And then this one goes in here. All the colors matches up and it looks correct. Let's try it out. I'm gonna put some plastic under here just to, or let's just use some paper. Just so nothing short circuits before I put it in place. Like that. And let's boot up and see if it works. So let's try this out. Let's do dial test. Two works. 3 also gives a 2. 4 gives 3. Alright, so this is the problem. 6. Now it works. 7. 8. 4 and 2. It seems to be glitching a little bit, which is not good. I have to see if I can figure out why and how to fix that. Let's take a look at the button test. So here we go. We have 2 of them activated. One of them should probably be this. Yes, that works fine. The other one is the tilt. That works fine. We have the button. So the part about this is puzzling me a bit, because it worked fine before I replaced those cables. Hopefully it works if I just add some oil in the right places to this. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't expect it to work, because I didn't think it was the moving parts that was the problem. I think it was some connection error. But I added some sewing machine oil, and that seemed to do it. It hasn't glitched since. Sewing machine oil is very thin oil that I use for very small mechanics, like in an analog camera, for example. And it worked for this too, which is good on the first try. I also want to take the opportunity to apologize for all the bad framing and focus in many of these videos. I really have to start looking at the camera when I record this. But I don't think the problem is with this one anyways. So I'm going to add that here now. I'm going to glue this in place here. I'm going to glue this in place in the bottom. And then hook it all up. So let's bring out the hot glue gun. One thing I can say while the hot glue gun is warming up is that this thing, I'm going to place this down here. And that means that I'll place it like this because I want to connect something here later as well. But this means that I can't access the power, USB power anymore. But that's fine, because I can do that through the 5-volt input here instead. And that's what I'm gonna do. Anyways, because I'm gonna have another circuit board for the solenoids, and that's also gonna need some voltage. Let's see now then. I'm using a lot of hot glue, especially under it, because it's important to make sure that it doesn't touch the actual metal. Because if it's doing, it's gonna be short-circuited. And of course, I don't want that. So let's put all of these up through here. Like that. I'm also going to need something new through there, since I don't have the access to the power there anymore. One to 5 volts, a red one, and a black one to ground, like that. And let's for now just take those out through here. That should be fine. Like that. And this should go back It's a bit tricky to fit the... There we go, a lot of things that needs to fit in place. But now everything looks alright as far as I can see. This should of course be set up in a way that I can plug something in here in the back. But let's keep it like this for now. And this of course I have to deal with later. I was hoping that I could start using the dial now, but I might have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait a bit more until I figure out why it's not working 100% of the time. Let's do something like that. Now then, this should all work now. Almost, except from some bugging dial. Without having any boards connected to it. It should only be sustained in there when it comes to the inputs at least. Except from the power. I have this that I have connected to an old broken USB cable. So I have a USB cable in this end, and here I've taken the power. So I'm actually going to use a board anyways, even if I said I wouldn't. Like that. And connect to these like so. And put this to power. Yeah, that works fine. Oh. Perfect. The inputs are done hardware wise. Just have to see if I can fix the dial that is a bit buggy. And then it's time to write a nice little script for all this. But that's for the next video. Thank you for watching.